Thank you for tuning in to Elevated Arts and Healing, the podcast. I am your host, Amy Elevated, and welcome back to our Empowered Consistency series. We are in the fourth installment here, and today we are going to be discussing cultivating resilience and inner strength. This episode is one that I was personally super excited about because resilience is a big part of my life. It's something that, if you are on my socials, you've heard me talk about. I used to resent being resilient, and now I'm so grateful and thankful for it. So I'm glad to be able to share that with y'all. In the last episode, we talked about nurturing self compassion and growth. So I invite you to check out that episode and the previous two episodes prior to that as well in this entire series, so you can get like the whole experience. So before we get into it, please like and subscribe, and you can subscribe over on Spotify as well if you're more of an audio person. And if you have not already, you can go to amyelevated.com and purchase your very own Empowered Consistency Workbook and start your Empowered Consistency journey here today. We're going to get into it. I'm super excited. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So first, I want to talk about what resilience is. Resilience is the ability to adapt and bounce back from difficult or challenging situations. It gives you the capacity to withstand adversity, recover from setbacks, and maintain a positive outlook, which is something that we've been talking a lot about throughout this podcast series. And even before the series came up, that's something that definitely got discussed. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about embracing them as opportunities for growth. So instead of looking at challenges and thinking like, ooh, you can be like, okay, this is challenging, but I'm going to grow from this, which is, it kind of makes sense because I say a lot, if it's not challenging you, it's a waste of your time because challenges help you grow. And we all face challenging or difficult situations at one point or another in our lives. So resilience is going to be something that's really good, especially on our empowered consistency journey, because when we hit those setbacks, we need to be able to bounce back to continue to move forward. So consistently choosing to keep going, even in the face of adversity. The importance of resilience in navigating life's challenges cannot be overstated. Resilience provides you with the tools and mindset needed to cope with these challenges. Some key reasons why resilience is crucial are: it helps you manage stress more efficiently and adapt to adversity more efficiently as well. It helps you maintain mental health. It reduces the negative impacts of the adversity or the stress from those challenging situations on your mental health. So you're able to process and bounce back. It helps you find the solution rather than being overwhelmed by the problem. Something my therapist shared with me, because I always say I'm a problem solver, and she's like, no, you're solution based, which is it just opens so many doors for me. So you can be more solution based and more easily accept the power of the pivot. And that helps you bounce back a little bit quicker, which leads me to my fourth thing. It increases productivity and success. And that's what we're all looking for here, right? The success. And that's going to come from being resilient, because as we've talked about, there's going to be challenges, there's going to be things that may knock you down, but it is your choice to get back up and keep going that's going to lead you into the success on your empowered consistency journey. Honestly, I am here because of my resilience. I've been through so many different things in my life, and I've made it here. And this business, for example, is a result of me being resilient. When I first decided to stay home and work solely on my business back in 2021, I was with a partner and we had everything set up. And a few months after that, we split and I had to jet on out of there to safely continue to grow. And I really had to start from nothing. I packed up what I could fit in my car. I didn't know where I was going to stay. I had no job. I didn't really have any money. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I never gave up. Was it hard? Abso-fucking-lutely. It was difficult and I was sad and depressed a lot of the time. But what really kept me going is just knowing that there was a light on the other side. And there's other situations in my life that helped me build that resilience before I got to this. And one of them being when I had my first hospital stay in 2016. I think that hospital stay for me was, I would say that was my rock bottom. Um, I made a decision while I was there that I wanted to live my life different. Like I knew that I couldn't go on living the way that I was living and there had to be another way. And that's when I really started to be more receptive to therapy and learning different coping strategies and seeing what it is that I needed. We had a really awesome class there that was about boundaries, and I learned all about like different kinds of boundaries, and not just physical boundaries but time boundaries, financial boundaries, boundaries in like every single area of my life. And that just opened my eyes and I was like, man, I don't have no boundaries. This is why this is so hard and why people can just take, because I didn't have boundaries and I didn't enforce them with the people that I really cared about. So once I started learning these things, then I started to apply them. So it took me years. Obviously, that was 2016. This is 2023. And I'm here now. So the light at the end of the tunnel, I have my place and my business is growing. And we have this podcast now, which I've been wanting to do for a while, the website, the blog, all of it, because I did not give up. So I just want to say to you, if you are going through a difficult transition and you have a dream and you have something that you are working on and you just don't know how it's going to fan out, don't fret. Focus on the here and now in the present. What can you do to ensure that you get to that goal? And even when life knocks you down, restore and get back up and put one foot in front of the other. Like that is going to make the world of difference. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to rest, but don't give up. Don't give up. There's so much more. There's always a light, and it always, always, always gets better. We're going to dive a little deeper and we're going to go into some strategies for building resilience and inner strength. I want to start off with a couple of insights that I found from some experts who have studied resilience and how that can rewire the brain and be helpful. One insight is that individuals who believe that their abilities can be developed through effort and learning are more likely to succeed, which is what we're looking for, right? And research shows that by focusing on positive experiences and deliberately savoring moments of success can rewire the brain's ability to cultivate a more resilient and optimal outlook on life, which is then going to help you be more resilient and then help you more on your power consistency journey or just in your life in general. So, some practical tips you could use to help you cultivate resilience and inner strength are: focus on solutions. So we talked a little bit about that earlier about being more solution based. So when you are faced with challenges and problems, instead of worrying just about that problem, you can focus on the solutions and then give yourself some kind words for coming up with that solution. And that's part of the nurturing the self-compassion as well. So it all ties in together. Visualize success. Visualization is something that I do when I am manifesting, and honestly, when I'm just trying to get in a better energy, I visualize myself as that successful person, and then I'm saying, well, what is this successful person doing? What are they thinking? What choices are they making? And then I apply that to the here and now. And then, you eventually get to that. So you can align with that same energy that you want to be on. And limit your exposure to negativity. If you're around a lot of negative people who are saying a lot of negative things, that's going to permeate into your positive bubble. And you don't want that. So you want to cultivate your space where you have positive people in your space. And this is not to say to only have that bubble of people who agree with you, but I'm saying to be mindful of who you have in your space, being mindful of the conversations that you have, even being mindful of who you're following on social media and what posts you're interacting with, because that negativity does rub off on you. And then on the flip side, if you have a lot of positive things, that'll be your first reaction when you're faced with adversity, is to come up with that solution. And that's going to build that resilience muscle, which then empowers you to stay consistent and to elevate your life. So I'm ready to dive into the power of positive thinking. When we're building resilience, it really starts off with that basis. Everything that we're trying to do starts off with our thoughts. We need to believe that we're capable. An affirmation that helped me through my kickboxing journey and really almost everything is the body achieves what the mind believes. So if you believe that you can do it, then you're eventually going to be able to do it because you're going to consistently try and you're going to build that resilience. So even if you fail, you're going to get back up and try it again. So again, that all starts with your thoughts. So we want to reframe those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Positive thinking plays a pivotal role in cultivating resilience by influencing how you perceive and respond to challenging situations. So, positive thinking aids in empowered consistency by giving you emotional regulation during those challenging situations. So, as we were talking about earlier, instead of feeling overwhelmed with the problem, you're going to focus on the solution and work from there. So, when we do that, we take the power of the overwhelming emotion, shift it towards finding a solution, and then we can channel that energy into the solution, giving us that pivot and bringing us back to a mindful space. It invites you to come up with creative solutions. So, as you go through life and you're faced with adversity and challenges, you may not know what to do at first, but as you go through, you're going to find more creative ways to find solutions and they're going to come to you more quickly. Again, it's like building that muscle. Resilience is also a muscle that aids in your empowered consistency. And then it helps you build resilience as a habit. So as you practice your resilience, eventually this is going to become a habit, which is in turn going to foster that long-term growth and what you're looking for from that empowered consistency journey, because we want this for the long haul. That's what consistency is all about. We want to stay consistent with the things that we choose to help us have a better quality of life, and we want to maintain those things. And maintenance requires longevity. So we're not sprinting, we're going to walk. Maybe we might even run a little bit, but we're going to do it in a way that's sustainable for us. And that is the whole goal, is becoming sustainable. So just to recap, resilience starts with that positive thinking. You want to reframe those negative thoughts. It's about facing those challenges as opportunities for growth and being grateful that you have those opportunities for growth, being grateful that you are able to be solution based, and being grateful for the journey. It is not going to be rainbows and butterflies 100% of the time. Like, I wish I could tell you that it will be, but what makes it easier is knowing that you're going to make it through. So, one thing I always say, especially when I'm going through really, really tough times, I'll repeat it to myself as many times as I need to, is it's not always going to be like this. It's not always going to be like this. So, instead of trying to find a short term solution to my problem, I say it's not always going to be like this. And I continue to build solutions until I find my way to the solution that's going to get me where I feel like I need to be. And that is what the role that resilience plays in empowered consistency. I'm really excited to continue this series, and I'm really excited that y'all are here with me. So, thank you for investing in you. I hope that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please leave a comment down below. Share with anybody who you might feel needs to learn about resilience. Maybe save this video for later so you can come back if you need to just kind of brush up on your resilience skills. And don't forget to visit amyelevated.com. If you haven't already, you can purchase your copy of the Empowered Consistency Workbook, and then you can go through these videos and see how it can help you on that empowered consistency journey. I have beautiful art in the art shop, so you can check it out there. And then you can also sign up for the email list, and then you will be notified first before things drop, and you'll be the first to have access to workbooks and workshops and all of those things that are going to be available to you. I hope y'all are doing well, and that's really all I have for y'all today. And thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for investing in yourself and being here and loving on yourself. And don't forget to be kind and nice to yourself throughout this journey, no matter what happens. Love yourselves, make good decisions, and I will be talking with y'all again soon.